Welcome to the Too Late to podcast, episode 11, the podcast that I don't know why I'm doing. It occurs to me that I wouldn't mind doing this if I was sure nobody would ever listen, because I'm not being disingenuous when I say that. If I think about why would anybody want to hear me talk about this, then it actually intimidates me. It actually makes me think, if you're going to have a podcast, you should have, really substantive, interesting things to say that you can't get anywhere else. And I suppose I could think of things like that, but that's not the thing that makes me think, oh, there's a thought I could share on my podcast, is not usually the thing that I think other people would need to hear or learn anything from. So it's a bit of a dilemma. I don't know why I have this dilemma, because I don't think about this when I make a post on Facebook. I don't think about whether this is a worthwhile thought. There's something about this medium that makes me think, I should have something unique or helpful or insightful to say. The thing that made me want to do this, and you'll notice I'm trying a different approach. I'm sitting on the floor in my living room / bedroom. I thought that there'd be more light, and there's a little bit more light, but not much. And yet, maybe this is perfect amount. Now I'm using my laptop. I'm in my living room. I don't have my other screen, so I have no choice but to look at myself when I do this, and it's hard to believe that's me. I don't quite recognize that person who really needs a haircut. I don't like getting my haircut. I never have my whole life. I've never liked getting my haircut. It's not unusual when I first get my haircut that I think, oh, it looks better short. But then the next day I think, no, I want it to be longish again. Not as long as this, but longer than it would be if I got my haircut. Anyway, there's an insightful thought. Okay. So the initial reason I had to sit down today was I watched this movie, the RBG. It's a CNN documentary about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I was not aware that Ruth Bader Ginsburg had been such a staunch fighter for feminism. I had not been aware. The movie makes it very clear that Ruth Bader Ginsburg is not just a feminist icon as a woman on the Supreme Court, but that before she was a woman on the Supreme Court, as a lawyer, she argued before the Supreme Court many times on women's issues, such as allowing women to be admitted to this naval academy that didn't admit women, etc. And I was watching this and I was thinking about my daughter, and not just about how my daughter has benefited from all the fights. I was thinking about how would I explain to my daughter this issue? How would I explain to her? I don't think she knows that there are any things that women have been. Well, I'm trying to think what are women still excluded from, and for what does she know that women are excluded from? Women are excluded from, she watched the World Soccer tournament when she was in Croatia. There are no women on any of the teams, I don't believe. I don't know if she notices that or thinks they're excluded or just thinks that's the boys' team. There might be a women's world class soccer, world soccer. I'm gonna have to think about that and do another one. What she isn't going to be aware that women get paid less than men. Her mother is the manager, the executive manager. Her teachers are women. Her principal is a woman. What does my daughter think? If I ask her, is there anything that women aren't allowed to do? Is there anything that women are excluded from? What would my daughter say?
Then